beautiful Monday night, 10:30 p.m. We got winners in here, man. I'm seeing some names. Shout out to all you guys here in this call right now. So basically, guys, give it back to Steve, man. He's a phenomenal leader. If you guys took anything away, post the fires, post the 777 in the chat, man. The law of attraction is real. I can assure you, I can attest to you. I actually just posted something to my Instagram story about how I met Grant Cardone and how I, pretty much put it into my head that was going to happen one day. And I still have a big goal with that specific, individual in person. And, it just goes to show that it works. It may sound a little crazy. It may sound, whatever. You may have tried it and it never works. My only suggestion is it may have not have been the right strategy. It might not have been implemented fully spiritually. So, that being said, guys, what I want to do tonight is some basics. I want this call to be for new people coming into our team, our family here, because the most important thing is understanding how to utilize the products, understanding how the market works so the people see results. So we just keep building and create this culture of excellence. So without further ado, I'm going to get into it, guys. Just teach pretty much just going to get into it. My mentorship, I do this, Go Live is more like finding setup stuff. But I'm going to go over to Scanner, and it's UJ right here. I'm going to go from start to finish, how I kind of see the market, and we're going to go, at that point. Let me actually, give me 1 second here. I'm going to actually stop my video. Cool. So you guys can just focus on my screen. Cool. So here we go. So when I'm looking at market, right? When I'm looking at the market, we delete everything. It's always higher time frames first, right? Always higher time frames first. The higher the time frame, the clearer the picture is going to be, right? It's just, look at what we can run it back right now. Look at the daily, look at the 1 hour, right? Once it loads. And it can get confusing only if you don't know what to look for from the higher time frame, right? So tonight, my basis is, let's understand the trends. Let's understand what's happening in the market, how the market's reacting. And then that can make our decision on lower time frames, which is where your entry will be placed, right? So when I see a daily setup, I'm going down to the 4 hour, waiting for some type of breaker structure, which I'll get into in a little bit, a zone, anything, a harmonic, whatever it is, and I'm executing on lower time frames. So pretty much tonight, I want to start from start to finish, guys. 2020, we're going to go, we're going to elevate next level. This is going to be, basics. So how I do things on an advanced level and everything. So what I want to do, literally nothing on my charts, nothing whatsoever. We're just going to look at this right here, a line chart, right, on the daily. And what I see here is like, you can just see, just train your eye to kind of see how it's moving, right? It's up here. It's up here. All right, so there's a big wave down here. But I know down in here there's a double bottom. That's where price reacted the last time, right? I know here there's one, and then back in here, that's where price reacted last time, which is why it's dropping. Resistance is always just think of the resistance as your what? Your ceiling. It pushes things down. It's a roof over the head, right? It's resistance. It's pushing you down, right? Think of support as your what? Your floorboards, right? Your floor supports you up. You're on a second story. What are you doing? You're supported. So what I do, what I want you guys to start seeing is see how the market's working, here, and just take this line and kind of just create, I want levels in the market that have been hit 2 or more times, both acting as support and resistance. These are called major levels, both as supports and resistance. Well, Justin, what do you mean? Well, I mean like right in here. I can identify that this in here, okay, well, this is a resistance and this is a support right in here, right? They don't touch exactly, but I can find a median of that point, and they're probably wicking each other, in which this case, there they are. It's a wick. And what do you know? We look to the left leaves clues. Look at that. So based upon, let's go back to the line chart. Even before this move happens, this buy here, we can identify, okay, there's a low here, there's a low here, It broke below, and then there's a resistance right in here. So maybe we can go here and say, okay, well, there's a median point. The distance from that V to this V is kind of the same, and we go here, right? Look what price does. It breaks above, comes down, retests, doji, which is what? On a daily time frame, that's a big, big, big indication of a reversal. So when I see that doji, I'm going to go down to my lower time frames, and this is all the way down here, right? That's this area right in here. That same doji's from this moment forward is after this doji happens. Engulfing candle off of what? Not directly off, but it's off of that support area. Engulfs, comes back down, goes back up, right? If I were to execute this trade on this level I drew with my standard what? 50 pip stop, I would have never hit the stop loss. Never. And what did price do? It went up, and it went up, and it went up. About 270 pips, right? That's how banks and institutions trade. Now, I'm not saying you need to hold that entire time frame waves and things like that. What I want you guys to understand is that the higher the time frame, the clearer the picture is. So when you see price react to these areas, maybe I just catch this first impulse right here. This is literally why trading is so fun, because you can literally go, okay, well, here we go. This price impulse here, and it started retracing down in here. So I closed my positions after I saw price reverse. So 170 pips. I risked 50 pips to make 170. 1 to 3 trade. Okay, awesome. This happened in about 3 days. Cool. I'm fine and good. Standard lot, that's $1,700 I need in 2 days. Cool. Two standard lots, that's 3,400 on a 0.5. That's what would that be? 70, whatever, $800, whatever it is, right? And these are the things that are going to take your trading next level. Is I literally had no indicators whatsoever finding that setup. It's literally all based upon higher time frame, finding the major levels, which is basic. Literally, how easy and basic is that? So basic, right? Now, that's one thing I wanted to cover. So let's just kind of keep going over this. Let's go to a line chart here, right? That was that area here. Reacted here. So let's look at current time. This area right in here clearly acted as support here, right in here. You see this double line right here, right? You see right in here, I can kind of zoom out. So look at this. I want to look at this area right inside kind of here. And I'm basing this upon, I see that this price area has a lot of reactions in it. Now that's probably like a wick right in here, probably broken, retested right there. So let's go to our candles and see exactly pop right here, broken, retest, and shorted down, right? Price didn't quite get there, but it's literally right on the money. Like if I see this, price goes back up, and this is where the higher time frame comes into play, mixed with a lower time frame. So let's go to the 4 hour. I'm going to highlight this area in here and why UJ is now dropping, or why it has dropped, right? We have this high in here. Look at this volume. This is 4 hour time frame, right? This is an hour time frame. This is 4 hour. Very powerful. This is where I do a lot of my trading. Drops down, heavy, goes back up. But what's it do? It kind of can't break this level or area here. If I were to take the highest wick zone, which is the wick down to here, and draw the cross, I can see every single time, 1, 2, 3 times, it failed to break. It's a resistance. What's it going to do? It's going to push price down. Push it down, right? What happens up top here? You get the doji. You get the engulfing. Listen, guys, I'm not saying every doji works. I'm not saying, it all works. But this right here, and we'll get into this in another session, this is gonna be a progressional thing, guys, is understanding your candle patterns. Look at this 4-hour pattern right here. You have this doji golfing to the downside. That's called a what? Morning/evening star. I forget which one is the top one off the top of my head. It's either one of those, right? So all you have to do at this point is lower time frame, find that retracement entry. Retracement entry goes in top here. I could literally find an area on a lower time frame where price is. Look right here. Resistance, push it down. Support inside here, right? Comes in, support down here, push price down, broke above, broke below, retest, shoots down and away. So really everything can be in alignment, right? When it's all in alignment, that's when you execute a trade. So let's look at, where's the one I just saw on this right here? Okay, so here we go. You guys see this right here? You see this V right here and this right here? Where's the center point of that? It's literally right here. You guys see, you guys understand, like, see these big waves? This push down big, this push price up big. That's another major level. I color code it to know the strengths of those levels. So this one I'll do like black, daily, daily's the blue. You can label them if you want. On TradingView, you literally go, okay, here we go, H4, right? And it shows up on the side, H4. Here's this one. I can label it daily, right? Daily H4. Go to my candles. What happens today? Market's not moving. It's the holiday, New Year's. Oh my God. No, guys. Market's still working. Look at this. Support. What's it do? Breaks below. Retest. Doji. Drops down. Now, for those of you who aren't unfamiliar with how structure works, when a major level gets broken, and here I'm going to draw it right here, think of steps. Steps is trend, right? This structure right here. What am I waiting for here? Maybe not yet. I'm going to wait for confirmation because what? This is my last support point. And this could just be another higher, what? Higher low to take it up. But if I get a break of that support, what do I now know? I now know that what? Retest. Take it down. Which is literally what happens here. I'll show you. I missed this trade. I can't front and, say whatever. But if I were to execute this trade, I would have entered after this doji as a confirmation on an hour time frame. And my stop literally would have been like this. 10 pips above that wick. That's how precise it is when you get the right levels. Trade is now 54 pips in profit, right? And essentially, when you go to execute a trade, guys, you can know support, resistance, you can know everything. Biggest key is leveling proper risk that you're comfortable with. How many of you, I'm going to unmaximize, how many of you on this call have executed a trade and you're so confident, and you're like, oh my God, this one's going to go. It's going to go. I know. I'm so confident. Everything's lining up. You put some lots on that thing, or put a lot you shouldn't put on that trade. You've been winning some trades. You're feeling confident, and all of a sudden it starts going the opposite direction. Hit your stop loss. If that's happened to you, put some 111 in the chat. It's okay. It's a learning lesson. Happened to me plenty of times. Or I should say, you're like stressing and you're continuously looking at your phone because you put a big lot size on, and you keep seeing it slowly creep up to your stop loss, and you start hitting your friends up. You start bugging out. Man, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? I don't understand. Why is this doing this? And things like that. I've done it. Done it plenty of times. It's only made me a better trader, right? But what I want you guys to take away is, if you're stressing that much about it, where you can't even sleep, where you're continuously looking at your phone every 5 minutes, is that honestly freedom? Because why are we trading? Freedom, right? Is that freedom? Continuously looking at your phone every 5 minutes because you decided to put a big lot on the trade that's now not working out in your favor. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to set a threshold for yourself on every single trade. It could be a percentage amount. It can be a dollar amount. Me personally, I don't do percentages unless I have a 5-figure plus account. Anything else is a dollar amount. I'm comfortable losing $50 in this trade. I'm comfortable losing 100. I'm comfortable losing 500. Whatever that it is, calculate that into your stop loss. So for example, let's say I'm comfortable losing $100 on a trade. This trade, let's say you did a 15 pip stop. Cool. 15 pips divided by $100. What is my lot size? So for the lot sizes, and this is the basics class, from 0.01 to 0.09 is what, guys? Equals what? 10 cents per pip, right? 10 cents and 90 per pip. 0.09 is 90 cents. 0.01 is 10 cents. Just simple. When a decimal moves, 0.10 plus, it's what? $1 per pip. When it's 1.00, decimal point moves, it's what? Equals $10 per pip, right? Those standards, boy. That's what it's after. That's what we're about. That's the goal. Anyway, so if I have 15 pip stop and I told myself that every trade I'm going to follow $100 loss, what is the maximum lot size I can use on this specific trade? Well, I know that if it was 10 pips, I'd be able to use a standard lot. So it has to be a little bit under a standard lot, right? So if I take $100 divided by 15 pips, is $6.6 per pip I can risk, which is what? Come on, guys. I need answers in the chat from my veteran traders. You should know this. $6.60 per pip. What is the maximum lot size I can use? Post it in the chat. Point what? If 0.10 is $1, if 0.20 is $2, if 0.30 is $3, what's the max lot size I can use? $6.60 per pip. There we go, Camilo. Thank you. 0.66, guys. 0.66 equates $6.60 per pip. Now check this out. This is why it's so powerful, because you literally told, listen, this trade has been active for how long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, basically a half a day, right? If I executed this trade, am I looking at this trade every single 5, 10 minutes? No. I know my risk going into the trade. I know my reward. If I was in this trade, my reward right now would be what? 55 pips times what? I'm at $6.60 per pip, which is equal to what? Let's do a little calculator here. It's like 300. It's off in my head. It should be 300. So 6.6 times 55. Yep, $363. So in this trade, I risked $100, and it's now $363 in profit. No stress, no anything. Maybe you want to risk $500 with your 15 pip stop or your 50 pip stop, whatever the case may be. Calculate it into your guys' stops, guys. And I'm telling you, it's going to make your trading so much less stressful, which brings me to the points that Steve was saying. You need to be on a proper frequency in order for success to happen in trading. And what I mean by that is if you're stressing, if you're worried about using big lots just to make $1 real quick, what's going to happen? You're going to match that frequency of what? Stress, continuous downfall. And it's going to give you what? Lackluster results. I've been there. I was there stuck for months, and I didn't understand it until I understood that, okay, it's my own self. It's not the markets. Markets go up, markets go down. It's a matter of what you guys see. So let's get into it. So now you can obviously see this is dropping, clearly shifted to a downtrend. Here's where things can get kind of, obviously right now we're entering a demand area, right? Which demand areas you can kind of get like a little buy pattern. Sometimes it's use caution, like right around in here. I'm going to post like right around in here. See this V here. You can see this right inside there, right? Bring it down to this wick right here. Look at that. You guys see how that bounce down in here? This is 1.108 point. So I'm going to go even 108.5. Right? 108.5. We can see we're getting close to this psychological. It's also, just take notes, guys, when I say something. For every quarter is a psychological point. 108.5, 108.750, 109. These quarters are psychological areas in the market. Now, do they have to hit all the way down here? Do I think this is going to hit all the way down here? No, not right now. I do not think so. The reason I'm going over UJ is because of this scanner. And I wanted you guys to learn the basics first before learning how to utilize this, because it's going to take you so much farther. This is the product that everybody should be using. It literally gives you trades, and then knowing and understanding basics can literally give you entries, catch serious amounts of pips, because what this does, harmonics do what? They correct the market. So here we go. UJ, what do we have? A bat pattern. Amazing. One of my favorite patterns. Where's entry? We hit entry yet? Nope, not yet. We're kind of getting down what? 108.6. So it's only 10 pips above here. You can kind of see this doji right here. We are 4 minutes away from our close. Check the hour here. You guys see this bullish candle forming? If I want to take this long trade, am I comfortable enough in knowing that, okay, if I were to go here, let's try to find some areas of, kind of supports in here. I can move this one up, or let me draw a different line. Let me find some major levels inside here, which I can see right where price is at. You can see resistance, breaks above, support. See that? Breaks below, comes down, support, goes back up. You guys see this? Breaks below, goes down. Resistance, breaks above. Support, resistance, right? Look at this. Before this big pulse up, this is major. If you see this, highlight it and drag it across. You guys see this? You guys see this big push, and you see that last resistance V when it goes to the upside? That's your true demand zone. That's where buyers are at. So when I go to my candles, sorry if I'm going fast, guys. You can see where are we at right now? In a demand zone. Things about the, well, not in the 4 hour, well, in the hour, maybe we'll get an engulfing or bullish candle. If I'm comfortable enough in my stop loss, which will be underneath the lows, from when this price closes, stops what? Scanner is calling, by the way, I want to use Hugo's way on this scanner specifically. It's the only one that works, in my opinion. 108.41. So let's 108.4. It's my stop loss. 108.4. There we go. 30 pips. Risking 30 pips to catch what? Something that could potentially go up somewhere right and around probably here. You guys see this last? Yes. See that next level? Support, breaks resistance. So basically 1-to-1, 30-30. That's how I calculate this trade. Overall, do I think this was short? Overall, yes. But can we also buy this up with a harmonic pattern that corrects the market and take this up to what should be take profit 1 or 2 before shorting it down for the next, to break all these levels in here, right? So guys, I want you to take this knowledge, this understanding of seeing the market in this way, breaking down from higher time frames first, right? Breaking it down, finding those key levels, both acting as support resistance, keeping it clean. I promise you, these basics right here, start implementing over time, will cause your trading to go next level. Is there any questions on that? Greg, already ahead of you, bro. Just going over that. Structure so clear with line graph. Exactly. Keys, guys. Little stuff, little keys will take you a very, very, very long way.